Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. It's me, Eric, one of the education specialists for Eastern Banks Learning and Life Center. Today, we're going to be focusing on harvesting while we discuss a few things, how to take care of your plants as they're growing through the summer season. Before we get into today's video, make sure that you subscribe, like this video, comment down below, share this video with friends and family, and don't forget to click that notification bell to be notified of when we drop new videos here on our channel. Now let's get right into this video. All right, so I have my little wagon behind me, as you can see right here. And we are going to start off with potatoes. We have, I believe, 2 to 3 different varieties of potatoes here at the school garden that need to be harvested. Here are our potatoes. You can see how they have started to die back, turn yellow, turn brown, and wilt away. And then there's one little potato poking out right here. So let's get started with harvesting our potatoes right now. All right, if you have not watched this last video that we posted about how to grow potatoes, make sure you watch that. We dived in how to grow your potatoes, what varieties we grew earlier this spring. Well, I think it was like late winter, early spring that we planted our potatoes at the community garden. But we also dive into how to heal your potatoes, how to fertilize your potatoes, because potatoes are very heavy feeders since they're a root crop, and how to harvest and cure your potatoes. So make sure you go watch that video after watching this one, okay? And once you watch that video, you'll understand how simple it is to harvest your potatoes, and you'll understand how and why we harvest our potatoes. This was a purple variety of potato, and I don't think we have that much to harvest. It doesn't look like they grew that much. Yeah, I don't think we have that much to harvest from the purple potatoes. Okay. So this is our first year growing potatoes, and so this is a learning lesson for us on how to heal our potatoes and the different varieties to get, because we purchased our potatoes from Lowe's, and so they were like individual seed potatoes, and the potatoes will grow based on how they were grown themselves as seed potatoes and how the variety itself matures over time. So I like the way that these potatoes grew, but I think next growing season we should try a different company. That way we'll have a better yield. We'll have a better yield of potatoes. So I just found our first grub here at the school garden. We did have a lot of grubs at the community garden in the potato row. So we just found our first grub here, which means I'm going to have to put down some grub remover into this row before we plant anything else. Because if you did not know, grubs are the larvae of beetles, and they can do big damage to your crops at the root. So anytime you see a grub, you want to try to protect your plants at all costs. At all costs. So right here, you see how it's mushy right here? You can tell that the grubs started eating the potatoes. You can tell there's like bite marks all right there. I believe the potato varieties that we had here were the purple, the dark purple variety, the red potato, and Yukon Gold potatoes. I thought we had fingerling potatoes, but I'm not quite sure. All right, as we said before, potatoes are a root crop, and so you will see that. Let me find one for you guys. I thought I saw one. Here we go. So you see how the plant is at the top, and then it turns to, the stem turns into the roots. And right here, the potatoes are an extension of the roots. So you'll see, like, I would call it like a tap root, where this comes from the root base, and then it extends into your potato. The roots form those aka tap roots all along the base of the root, forming your potatoes. And it's like an olive branch, or like a tree, an underground tree with all the different shoots extending out and producing more potatoes. And so we're just gonna pop this one off like such, and we have potatoes. 1, 2, 3. I'm still counting them even though they're small. 4,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. I think one row down too. Yep.
40. And so you see how I was talking about, well, 41, and then 42, 43, 44. And so these are different types of varieties. This is the largest potato we've grown at this garden in this row. So we have I believe this is the Yukon Gold. This is just a dark purple, I forgot the actual name of it, dark purple potato, and then a red potato. They all have white insides. I believe these two have white insides, but this one I believe is kind of purple inside. So I can't wait to open it up and show you guys in a moment. We will show you guys in another video what our homegrown or garden grown potatoes look like inside. Look at what we found while we were digging for our potatoes. So I believe last growing season, last summer, we had ginger grow here, and I thought we had the students pull all of it up, but we still had a small piece of ginger that we just harvested, so that's cool. So we just got our potatoes. We have, I believe, 43, 44 potatoes, which will all go to 2 separate families. And now we're gonna harvest our cucumbers, zucchini, show you the tomatoes that are growing, and harvest some snap peas, kale, I believe some mustard greens, mint, basil, rosemary, different types of herbs, and we will show you the final harvest at the end. Okay, as I was harvesting and just looking through the plants, especially the squash cucumber plants, I noticed on the backside of one of the leaves some eggs, and I also noticed a cucumber beetle over there, which I just killed because we don't have time for that. But I noticed some eggs on the back of one of the leaves, and so anytime that you have your squash and cucumbers growing, especially during the summer months, you want to make sure that you do a periodical check on them to make sure that there aren't any squash beetles or eggs on the underside of your leaves. And you can know when you have squash beetles because your leaves will tend to look like that. They will have a netting effect that will show you and let you know that you have some type of beetle or a pest in your garden, and you want to make sure that you are very vigilant with that, taking care of that. You don't want to cut off the leaves of your cucumbers or squash plants because they have a hole within the middle of each leaf that when you cut it, you'll give easier access to any pests that you may have in your garden. So I would advise against that, from cutting off the dead leaves and dead fruit, things like that. I would suggest to you just let the plant do its natural removal of that leaf or dead fruit that did not germinate all the way. Like here. Here's a perfect example. Right there. You see that fruit of the zucchini that did not grow all the way right there? Like it's starting to die back, and the leaf that's starting to die back as well. Let them naturally fall off, because as they naturally fall off, the plant will be able to produce a barrier at the root of that plant. Not plant, but leaf or fruit falling off. So like if, say for instance, I'm a plant and my arm is injured and it's dying away, I can produce a barrier right here at the connection where my arm meets my body, so that as this is wilting away, the barrier right here is being produced, so that when eventually when this arm falls off, that barrier will be secure and ready to go. So the same thing goes for your squash or your cucumber plants. They're going to produce a barrier as that leaf or plant fruit dies off, and when it falls off, that barrier is there to protect the plant. Alright you guys, I'm about to go and clean up this harvest that we have here. We have mustards, green beans, snap peas, kale, 2 different types of kale, potatoes, basil, and I just found a little bug on the kale. So yeah, let me go wash this produce up and get it ready to be delivered to 2 of our families that have signed up for the free food delivery that we do once we harvest the produce that all of the students have grown this past spring semester here at the school garden. Make sure, if you want to find out how we deliver this produce, how we grow all of the produce that we have here at both of the gardens, the school garden and the community garden, how you can get involved in other ways to grow your own food, whether that is in ground, in raised beds, or in containers, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Watch all of the, I think we are almost there to 100 videos. Watch all of our videos. Follow us everywhere: YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at EBLLC and Project Grape. And we will see you guys later in the garden. Bye.